Good morning, sunshine. Uh, Welcome in. And today, what I have for you is just a meditation. I'm going to read a couple snippets of the meditation and then tell you a little bit about my thought process going into it. I'm in a season of some pretty intense, um, I don't know, stuff. I don't know what you put it. I've got, kind of stuff floating around, difficulties in the atmosphere, difficulties in my job, some hard things happening around my family. And so it's just it's a season with a lot piled on, to me and to my family. And so I'm needing, in the morning, I'm needing, there's times, man, when you're just like, I need to encounter God. Like I can't do this day unless I find Jesus. And so this has been a season where my morning quiet time, to be honest, has been like an act of war, right? Because I'm only going to do this day well and in the spirit, and in a spirit of effectiveness and joy and peace and all those things that I want to be coming out of me, if I can find the Lord in the morning. And so that's what's happened for me today. I just got up here in my office. I sit on the floor against the wall. I close my eyes, and today it was just like, Lord, what's the nugget, right? What's the nugget? I love to say that the nugget. When I used to preach, that was always the first job, was to soak in the scripture and then to just intuitively seek the Lord for the nugget. What's the central truth that you have for me to teach through this passage? And so, this, for the first time maybe ever, I was like, Lord, what's the nugget of today? What's the nugget of what you want for me to know today? And the scripture that came to me was, "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." And then just really from that, this kind of battle cry came out of me. And so I'll read you a couple snippets of it. "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I am excited. I am grateful. I also weep with those who weep. Help my heart to do all that is required. Hope is a weapon. Faith is my weapon. Trust is my weapon. Childlike faith is my weapon. To be without fear is my weapon. Joy is my weapon. To be fearful, to be anxious, to be insecure, to be scarcity minded, to be timid, to be pessimistic, to be overwhelmed, to be suspicious of God, distrustful, waiting for the other shoe to drop, is to be running away from, not towards, my best possible outcome." Y'all hear that? Um, there, I think so often we accept living a small life, or we accept a lot of these negative emotions because we think we deserve them. When in fact there's a boldness in faith that is a great pleasure to God, right? To trust God, to believe His promises, to believe His intentions, to believe that His intentions are good, that He's a loving Father. See, that's an act of war, right? Because it's easy to feel overwhelmed. It's easy to feel scared. It's easy to feel like things aren't going to work out, right? It's easy to feel insecure and worthless. It's even easy to feel sometimes like you're just worthy of destruction or destined for destruction. Those are how bad things can get. But it's easy, right? Like the hope and faith and love and joy, those are harder and require some discipline, right? They require some discipline because those things arise. I mean, apart from the things that we can get circumstantially, like things are going well and I'm on a high, things are going low and then I'm low, right? Like there's that roller coaster that the world is on. But then there's this access to the mountain, right? There's this access to eternal truths that we have as Christians. And it means the exercise and the discipline is to dwell in those eternal truths, right? To set my feet upon the mountain that cannot be moved. And then I will even say to be in the presence, to abide in the presence of your loving Father. That is an act of war, right? Because if I'm abiding in the presence of my loving Father and I'm receiving what He has for me, and I'm receiving His love and His good pleasure, and I'm knowing who I am in that space of delighting in intimacy with the Lord, right? If I'm drawing near to the Lord and His truths, now through that discipline, right? Through the space that's been created, um, I'm going to get to start to live from those realities. I'm going to get to start to risk based on those realities, act based on those realities, respond based on those realities. And so that's what I leave you with today. I leave you with my battle cry, my act of war, and then some questions for you, so that you can engage with me and join me in that fight for today. Right? This is the day that the Lord has made. We're not talking about tomorrow. We're not talking about yesterday. Like, you exist here, now, today. So let's win the day, win today, win the moment, and then keep winning the day, keep winning the moment. So Lord bless you today, and I wish you all the best in all of your pursuits. I'll see you next time.